depending on your audience, you can have a different look and feel. So the work that we did for the Army in Sandhurst was very hyper-real. It looked real, it got that kind of real characters. The stuff that we did for a demonstration for the police on a stop and search was very much illustrated and very colourful, and the audiences are going to more likely be in their 20s and 30s, and you've got the likes of...
So even the art style can change and be adapted
100%.
to it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, was there a reasoning behind going the other way, of going from hyper-real to... No, I wouldn't say comic book, it was more of a sort of the Miles Morales Spider-Man films where it's a little bit grungier.
Yeah.
But was there a reason? Was that the subject matter that he was covering? Did it fit a bit better?
In that case, it was a stop and search, and we were stopping and searching from a young person that's coming through from the police kind of perspective. And what I wanted to show is it's not a one-trick pony from one perspective, because a lot of people think, oh, they're only going to do the hyper-real, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, if your audience are going to engage more with this, what we wanted to do is show capability from ourselves, because it was used for the actual show, but also from our audience perspective, you've got a young person there being stopped. I wanted to capture that emotion of that person being come through. And the hyperreal can do it, but the illustrative style just felt like it captured the essence more. The other thing is we actually created our own audio track to go into it as well, which really sort of wasn't intrusive, but it just set the atmosphere then to actually bring it in as well. So it just had that mood coming in, and we flipped the narratives.
I was just about to mention that. What I found different, I've played both of them, and what I found interesting on the second one, the stop and search, was, yes, you answer the questions, what do you do in this situation? But then it actually flips it the other way around, and then you find it from the other person's perspective, not just, oh, you scored good, you scored bad, here's your mark.
Yeah.
You actually saw it from the other person's point of view of seeing a police officer and being asked these questions. I thought that was interesting.
And it's a different take. So like you were saying, oh, I've got a score, it's A, B, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. What you're doing by doing the aspect of bringing and flipping the narrative, you're actually seeing, again, the consequences of what you've got in that safe to fail environment, but also from a emotive side. So it's like, I think I did well, I've done this, and then you hear it from their side, and it's like, well, when you did that, I felt a little bit blah, 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 or I was put on my back foot, or it was really aggressive, or it was whatever. And whatever the actual response, by flipping that narrative...
sort of like the repercussions of your actions.
100%, yeah. Repercussions to your actions that it can actually come through. And again, in the game. Because if you do that for real... So when you come to actually do that, and let's face it, as much as we can structure a game to be as perfect as possible, there's going to be nuances when you do things in the real life. But having some skin in the game, some experience, even if it's in that digital scope, based on stories where people have had these kind of experiences, you're going to have a much stronger foundation than if you're going into it where you've next clicked, read a PDF. Good luck.
Yeah. That was a clip from the Briefing Room podcast. And if you liked what you saw, then you can always watch more in the full podcast episode, which is right here. You can click whenever you want. I'll just wait. Go ahead, click.